Now, in continuing what was being discussed with the build up to the First World War, we're going to come back to Germany. Now, what was happening there was ever since the formation of Imperial Germany in 1871 after the Franco-Prussian War, where all the German states became one nation, Bavaria, Saxony, Hanover, Prussia, and others. The main thing they did is they wanted international respect. They wanted to be on the same level as all the other nations. And they took a position of saying, hey, we want respect. And the older nations weren't really interested in giving them to them. I mean, granted, Russia reached out initially and said, hey, let's be friends. And they said no. They decided to be friends with Austria-Hungary instead, have that alliance going on. But the Germans were just trying very hard to get noticed. They said to the British that we are a strong, independent nation, and the British would say, of course you are. You go right on being the strong, independent nation that you are. Basically patting them on the head, which only sort of took them off further. So Germany took it a step further. They began expanding in terms of their colonization. They expanded into Africa, Cameroon, West Africa, Eastern Africa, all those different places. They got colonies. That's actually infringing on what the British, French, and the Belgians view as theirs. And another thing they start doing is they start building a large navy. It starts rivaling Britain. Now, it starts out as a war of alliances. What happened was France. What happened with France, they had an alliance with Russia. If either of them went to war with Germany, they would support one another, and so on and so forth. Now, with Serbia, they had an alliance with Russia. And Germany had an alliance with Austria-Hungary. And France had an alliance with Russia. And Britain had an alliance with Belgium that would come to her aid if it was attacked. So it was basically a domino effect. Now, because after the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, in June of 1914, Austria-Hungary, they didn't do anything initially. They went straight to Kaiser Wilhelm, their cousin, Franz Joseph of Austria, the king of Austria-Hungary, went to Kaiser Wilhelm and said, hey, if we have some issues, if we raise some trouble with Serbia, will you back us up? And Kaiser Wilhelm did basically what was referred to as the blank check. They gave Austria-Hungary, said, whatever you do, we'll back you up. So Serbia was more than willing to cooperate with Austria-Hungary with the apprehension of the assassin and his group, but Austria-Hungary was demanding so much from Serbia that if they complied, they would have effectively given Austria-Hungary full control over the state and pretty much lost their sovereignty, which no self-respecting nation is going to do. So it snowballed from there, on from there.